future diamonds. Like always, your friend Mariluz Sanchez Torres, extremely honored and excited to be with you, especially because we're going to be talking about something that I love, that I'm passionate about. And I dare to say that it was the turning point of my career with Immunotec, and the turning point that actually made me believe not only in this company, but in the network marketing system. And we're going to be talking about the magic of events. And why is this so important to me? Events, I can probably describe it as that turning point or that mind shift that actually makes you believe that this is truly your franchise and that you could actually be a successful entrepreneur. And for you to know why this is so close to my heart and why I love this topic so much, and it's because in 2022, August 2022, it makes 6 years of me being with the company. I learned about it because of a health challenge, but it was shortly thereafter that I wanted to do this as a business. Well, I've had more than 25 years in the network marketing industry. So at a certain point, you kind of think you know it all. And I remember that the moment that I signed up and the moment that I started playing around with the idea of this business, my upline, my executive diamond upline, she wasted no time. And she knew the importance of events. So she immediately reached out to me and she started talking to me about an event that we were going to have in December in Anaheim. And automatically, it was like a no-no for me. And why am I telling you this story? Because if this relates to you or if this relates to any of your teammates, I want you to share this story to them. Okay. So at this moment, they start talking about an event and immediately was like a big wall. No, because, I just started the business. I am barely getting enough money for me to get my product for free. And sometimes we've had for a long time a poverty mentality where if I'm not making enough money, how am I going to be investing a money that I have not made? This is an expensive investment. I have to buy a plane ticket. I have to, pay for a hotel room, pay for my food. This is going to be probably over $1,000. There is no way I need this. Plus, I made a extreme huge excuse, and it was something like, I don't need motivation. I motivate myself enough, and I don't need to be around a group of people to be successful. But I am so grateful that my son, who is my right hand and partner, Giancarlo, you probably heard his story before. He always says that when he started with Immunotec, he was 19-year-old and broke. He also heard about this convention coming up. Now, I signed up in August. He signed up in October. And in December, we were having that first convention. And I remember, like, if it was a no-no for me, it was surely going to be a no-no for him, because where was he going to get his money to go to this event? But he had a bigger view. His mind was so much wider than mine. And he said, if I'm going to make this my business, my career, if I just purchased a franchise, then I have to be in that convention. I have to be there to learn, but especially to learn from the experienced ones. So I need to figure out, how am I going to make this my business work? And I remember that he was fearless. He got a credit card. He got into debt at 19. He was barely making maybe $200, $300 a month with Immunotec, but he didn't care because he saw further. He saw the future, and he got his ticket. He bought his convention ticket as well. And it was amazing when he came back, the energy that he brought back, how excited, all the things that he would not stop talking about actually injected me. His energy was so contagious that at that moment, I knew that I could not miss that next convention just because somebody made the decision. And it was truly a mind shift, a turnaround, because the year after, Giancarlo did not go by himself. The whole family was there. And then now I was able to see with my own eyes, what was it that we had in our hands? With my own eyes, I was able to see all the success and how many lives had been changed with this company. And now I knew that in my next convention, I was not only bringing my family, I wanted now to bring my whole Immunotec family, because I finally figured out the importance and the big impact that an event can actually do. I'm going to be sharing a screen because we're going to be talking about a few things that are really going to help us out. And it's why are events so important? Events are important because that's where people make decisions. Giancarlo came back clear. He had made a decision that he wanted this to be his business, his career, and he came back with a vision that he wanted to become a diamond leader, even though he was simply a silver leader. Now, his decision was so well made that the next time he came, that we accompanied him and we all went together to our convention, Giancarlo actually won an award for the Gold of the Year award. And I remember, how surprised we were, but it actually helped me make a decision because I was a gold leader, but I wanted to come back not as a gold leader. I knew that coming back to this next convention, I had made a decision that I was going to work really hard to become a diamond leader. So events are very important as well because it also overcomes any lack of skills that we have. When we're starting a business, sometimes we can make the mistake of thinking that, well, I first need to be trained, I first need to know it all before I can actually be an example and help my team and bring them along. Well, I think the events are the perfect antidote to that. If you have lack of skills, then guess what? You need to bring your whole team and you have to make sure they show up, because they're not going to learn from your lack of skills. They're going to learn from the skills of what? Of all these platinums and all these successful leaders and everything they've done. And they'll be able to widen their ideas of what this business and what they can do to make a successful business. So first things first, you have to make a decision. You have to buy that ticket. I will tell you even more. If you've never been to an Immunotec event, conventions, now we have 4 in a year, and I'm super excited about that. If this is your first one, I want you to take a picture, sign it, and put it on a board, because you know that that's going to be the beginning of many important things coming along. Now, it says it right here in this PowerPoint. The one that brings the most people to events, what happens? The more their business grow. And I learned something. You got to come up with strategies, maybe a competition, a training, recognition, incentives, maybe peer pressure, talk to the team, invite customers to get them really excited about this. But when I'm telling you really excited, I'm not saying, for example, hey, by the way, we're having an event in September and I would like you to go. No. A professional is relentless. A professional is really excited and he won't stop until he gets his team to go. Now, how do we do this? Then, we have to start digging. You have to start digging within our team. And when I say digging, you have to start looking at your team and you have to see who is that person who wants to grow and who is this person that wants to go and make this happen, right? And maybe you have a good team and you can probably take 10, 20, 100 people to an event, or maybe you have no team and your team is bad and maybe you have to start from scratch. Hey, that's okay. All you need is you. And let's say you are, obviously, if you're watching this, you are a gold leader, and now you start digging, right? And you notice that you have 10 teammates or 10 friends that will be excited to go to this event. Well, how about if we start working a competition or a strategy? Okay, how about if these 10 people, each one of them invites one person to go to an event? Or let's say worst case scenario, it's only me. It may be this one teammate, which that teammate might be your husband or maybe your best friend, somebody who's not even thought about doing much of the business, but you can probably say, okay, how about if from now to the event, you and me recruit 10 new people and we bring those 10 people to the event? How about if out of those 10 people, we help each one of them recruit 5 people, and we just start multiplying and helping all these people to get excited about going to an event? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Even if we only have one person, it's like I say, it's you, me. Let's make this work to go crazy and make this event happen. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our story. Giancarlo went by himself without the support of his upline, which was me. He went all by himself. He made the decision. It was his franchise. It was his business. Next, he did not bring teammates, but he brought his upline, which is me. We was my husband, Giancarlo, my younger son, and myself. And actually another leader from Arizona that also brought their family. So that was a success by itself, right? But I remember I did not promote the event like I should have, like a leader should have. I was almost afraid, and I was almost making a decision for them for not to come. I had made the investment, the financial investment to be there. But I think deep down, I was already making a decision for them where like, well, I don't have enough leaders. Maybe it's too expensive for them. Maybe they can't go. So I sabotaged myself. I really lost a big opportunity in bringing my team. But what did I see? The people going on stage, getting awards, getting their diamond pins, getting their executive pins. I remember that they had tables and tables loaded full of teammates. And every time their name was mentioned, all you could hear were the screams, the loud, the applauses of their team. They were there getting recognized because they knew the value of bringing their teams to an event. So what was I lacking? Obviously, I wasted a great opportunity to bring my team. But what did I learn at that event? That I was not coming back unless I brought teammates with me. I started working this. I started sharing pictures. I started sharing videos. I started taking pictures with all the platinums, Dr. Ricardo Garcia Pelayo, pictures with Jimmy Gutman, with our platinum Jim Spence. I started taking pictures. I started getting people excited to be in the event. So what did Mariluz do? Now I started working a campaign, and I knew that the next time I was going to bring a nice amount of food. So I did pretty good, I think. In that next event that we had in Vegas, I brought 10 people. And I was pretty excited about that, okay? The first time I only brought my family and a leader from Arizona, but now it's 5 people. Most of them were silver leaders in a few ventures. And of course, I was already a diamond, which that was my gold. And Giancarlo was a gold. So, I felt pretty proud of what we had done. Now, what happened? What happened in that event in Vegas? There was a mind shift. But not only in myself, there's a mind shift in my team. And what happened? The moment they came back, they were determined. And these girls, I call them my girls, they became gold right after convention. And just like that, their team started growing, the volume started growing, but above all, it was their belief, because they were there. They learned, they saw, they related, but they had that mind shift that is only caused with the energy when you're actually with a lot of people, and above all, because you get to learn from the experts, right? The people that we know are having lots of success. So once you're there, or once you start preparing for this event, there's many things. Energy is actually pretty powerful. Let's say, I already have, now I don't have 10 people, now I have 20 people that are going to go to this event. Then my energy means that, okay, now we're going to make a chat, and in this chat we're going to add all the people that are going to go. Now we're going to start solving problems, right? Who's going to, the babysitter, who's going to carpool, who's going to share hotels. We just start getting really excited about that. How about if we all get a t-shirt and we all are going to wear that same t-shirt that day? I love stars, so we all get to wear stars. We start building that energy that is actually going to be contagious, and it's going to make those who have not bought the ticket, they're going to get really excited about getting that ticket and probably not missing out. But now we get to the place, right? We are at the convention. We're really excited. We're so pumped. And how are we going to make this event a very successful one? How are we going to make this such a memorable event that now my team members are going to come with more teams for my next event? Well, that's where we have to start generating the correct energy, right? For example, how about, as a leader, I'm going to be there on time. I'm going to be there really early, and I'm going to be really excited. And guess what? We're not going to go there really shy. No, we're going to get the front seat. So that's why we have to make it early, because we want to get the best seats for our crew. We want our crew together. And something very important. Did you talk to your team before about how we look? Because the way we look is going to make a big impact to our team. Not only to our team, but the people that are watching, the visitors. We have a name. We are Immunotec. What kind of image are we going to give? We are professionals. We're entrepreneurs. So even the way we dress is important. This is something that we can even prepare and talk about beforehand. How about making sure that our team meets those platinums? I know that every time I go to an Immunotec convention, I make sure that every single team member takes a picture with Mauricio Domensign. That is probably the highlight of every convention that I go to. Did you see Dr. Ricardo Garcia Pelayo? Oh, yes, we're getting a picture with him now in our September convention. It's Jimmy Gutman. I do know, I will tell you something. I have teammates right now that are going to the September event in Houston just because they want to meet Dr. Jimmy Gutman. So you do generate this energy, but you have to be the leader of this, because naturally you might have team members that are really shy, and people that are new to a place, they tend to sit in the back, and they tend to be kind of scared. But it is our job as entrepreneurs, it is our job of future diamonds to be the one leading. And leading means that you're gonna make sure your team has fun. How about connecting as a family? Is this the first time your team meets your upline? How about doing lunch together? How about generating that excitement, that cheerfulness? How about setting goals immediately? Oh my goodness, I want to do this. I want to win that trip. I want to win that. This is something that you need to start generating, and it's definitely going to be contagious. I know for a fact that is extremely contagious. And you want to prove to those people, you want to help them prove to those people that have doubted them that, oh my God, she did go. She came back, and oh my gosh, she'd actually reached that next rank. Oh my goodness, I don't want to come back if I don't reach the diamond rank. This is only done and generated in an event, but we have to be actually the people giving, right, the example. So what is the next event? Right now, our next event is a lifestyles event in Houston. I am really looking forward to it. I will tell you that as a diamond leader, I am committed that unless there's something beyond my control, I will set an example to be in that next event. And you know why? Recently, my son Giancarlo and I, we sat down and we started talking about people that are no longer with us, that they just decided to, quit the business. Maybe their numbers have gone down, they're kind of depressed, they're not excited, and it's really hard to get them back on track. And we started analyzing what was it that happened that actually made them quit their business when they were doing so well. There was a common denominator. These people never went to an event. These colleagues, these partners, these amazing humans that they were loving what they were doing, they were starting to build, their future looked really bright. All of a sudden their businesses just crashed, and it's because they never went to an event. And we were so surprised because I was the common denominator. And then we have those that maybe struggled for a little bit. They were probably in a rut and stuck. And it was that one event that did that mind shift and took them to a whole nother level. And guess what? Now they have roots. Their roots are pretty deep into the Immunotec family. And now they do know that they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave our family, but they want to make sure that they invite and that they create this organization, this culture. That's the word I'm looking for. Now they're creating a culture of people that don't want to miss out, not one of the conventions. So with this in mind, I think this is probably going to be my 6th or 7th event with Immunotec. And every time I go to one of them, it's almost like I just signed up yesterday. And even though I've seen my growth, and I'm really shocked to see where I was before and where I am now. Every time I go, first as a gold leader, then as a diamond leader, and then as an executive diamond, and now I see the growth, maybe a few people now, in our last convention I had over 25 people, and I'm still falling short. I know I could do so much more, and now in this one I know more people are going to come. This is not only for me. I'm actually helping other people. I'm actually helping them change their lives as well, just because of that one decision. And I'll tell you a little secret as well. You're going to be so excited. You're going to be so determined. And you're going to be relentless. You're going to drill in the brain of your teammates. And you're going to drill in the brain of that venture, that silver. You're going to drill in the brain the importance of these events. You're not going to regret it, because you're changing somebody else's lives. It surely changed mine. Until this day, every time I go, literally step in like I just signed up yesterday. Because it takes humility. Humility what? To learn from others. And whenever you are with great people and you learn from great people, you become great yourself. So if you've never been to an event and nobody in your team wants to go, it's okay. You make the decision. Become the example. And after that, never miss one. It's going to be you plus a future 100. Be relentless, go crazy, and be courageous, and get that ticket to the lifestyle event. My name is Marilu Sanchez Torres. I hope this is of value to you, and hope to see you soon.